And so then began the process of trying to fund his treatment. And I was very upfront. I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't know where I'm going to get it, but I know he has to be there. And before I began the process of possibly fundraising or asking my church for help or reaching out to family, I was determined to go the insurance route first, because I believed very strongly that this was life and death for my child. This was medically necessary treatment. And so we began to petition, at that time, South Carolina Medicaid for his care. And I spent 2 weeks getting the runaround, leaving messages, talking to people that had no idea what a single case agreement was or what paperwork was required or who was the actual decision maker. And so I actually stepped out and reached out to our local senator's office, Senator Tim Scott, whose team is phenomenal. And they jumped right in, got me to the right person. They didn't have any influence over the decision that was going to be made, but they cut out all the red tape. They connected me with the people that were going to make those decisions, and the process was incredibly expedited because of that. After a lot back and forth for both the Institute staff as well as myself, we finally got approved for a period of time, which is a fairly rare occurrence. And that's what makes me sad as a parent. We shouldn't have to fight so hard to keep these kids safe. I mean, the practical ramifications of these children spiraling out of control at the age of 18 into their legal adulthood is a much bigger drain on society financially and in so many other ways than helping them heal to be productive, contributing members of society. And mental health in general has been that thing that people don't really talk about much, because we don't know a lot about it, or at least at one time didn't. And I think that parents need to feel free to advocate for their child. They need to be free to let themselves off the hook, to be able to speak truth about what they're seeing in their children's lives. And there has to be a path for parents to get them the help that they need. It shouldn't be a battle. And sadly right now, for many parents it is, whether they have government insurance, whether they have private insurance, there are very few families that can afford to pay for the kind of treatment that's required. And to be honest with you, this isn't inexpensive treatment. The prices aren't overblown, people aren't trying to rip folks off. It actually costs a lot of money to provide the kind of treatment, the depth of treatment, and the consistency of caregiving that these children need. And most parents don't fight, because they've been fighting so long and so hard in their homes just to survive with their children and to survive for their children, that they don't have much fight left. And I feel like if more parents can understand that this is not a failure on their part, this is not something they did to their child, but it's also not something you can fix with love. If it were that easy. These children deserve unconditional acceptance and love without question. But they also deserve highly skilled, highly competent, committed caregivers who can partner with the parents the way that the Institute does. Not replace the parents, not blame the parents, but to truly work together as a team to the ultimate goal, which is that child's healthy adulthood.